Hey guys, and make sure I'm recording. Alright. I'm going to the Lease. Going to go check see if anything's eaten the corn, has started on it. And if it has, then I'm going to go ahead and check the game cameras. I hope the audio is holding up okay for you guys. It seemed like the audio was better on the last video that I did from the motorbike, like what we're doing right now. It seems like the audio was better with my helmet open. Making sure everything's good. Oil's good, gas is good. GPS started, mirror's good. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, it's going to be a little ride. Just bringing you guys along with me. I posted that video this morning. I'm sure you guys seen it. The message of giving thanks. And there's quite a few of you guys and gals that have helped us tremendously throughout these last couple of years. It's been a lot of help from a lot of you. And I always reach out to those that have helped us, and through email normally, and to those that I have their mobile number, I'll send text messages to them. And I've never done it on a video, because the way that the way that I see it is that it makes the people who would really like to help us but don't have the finances to help anybody, much less, they can't even pay their own bills. They're in a hardship, and it makes those people feel bad because they can't help. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want anyone I just don't want to put nobody in an awkward situation. And this morning, we were trying to get out of the house and get going. We were in a hurry, and it weighed on me so hard, on my spirit, that I needed to do a video and give thanks to Kevin and Suzanne, and to you all. And that's the first time that's happened. It's just very I don't know why it happened. There was nothing that triggered it. That's never happened before, and that's the reason I went through. I put forth the effort to put the notes throughout the video, just so you guys would understand. I'm not honoring them above anyone else. I don't believe in that. When you give honor to people, you give honor to people equally. You have a millionaire friend that blesses you with $1 million, which would change all of our lives greatly. You don't honor him more than you honor your neighbor who gave you his last $5 to help. It's you just don't do that. It's wrong. You honor everybody from your heart, and that's what that's what I do. And we have our brother Michael and brother Paul and brother Jeff. I mean, there's so many. I could not sit here in 30 minutes time and name everyone. There's so many that have helped us in one way or the other. And Mountain Girl Sasquatch, Lisa, she's done a lot for us. And there's a lot behind the scenes. You know, she's another one. If I'm having problems at home that I just can't cope with, I can call Lisa anytime, day or night. She's just an extremely valuable friend, like 99% of you guys and gals on here. And put this channel up, Holy Spirit has used it to bring the most amazing people into my life and into my family's life. And we've been blessed abundantly, beyond tenfold. It's been just a never-ending blessing. And I'm not speaking on the line of financial blessing. I'm speaking on the line of true brothers and sisters, people that I'm bonded with through Christ. There's so many of you. Last night when I got home, I couldn't sleep. I was having a really hard time sleeping. My back was hurting me real bad. And my old girl, my dog Piglet, she's going downhill really fast. And just all of that's been on my mind. And last night, I was thinking about how much our life has changed because of the binding through Christ that we have with you all. And it's something that I cannot place measure on. It's incredible. I'm extremely grateful. Almost everybody on our channel, if I were to be in a heartbroken way or just, down and out, and I needed a true friend to confide in and to talk to, I could contact almost any one of you. And that's not the case for many of my friends who have YouTube channels. They don't have that connection with their YouTube family. And I don't quite understand it. God's made us all different, but He's made us all the same in the free will to love one another and to be loved. Life is so much better when you trust in someone and you know them emotionally, spiritually, and physically. It's just it's a treasure chest. It's bizarre. It's such a blessing, but it's a bizarre blessing. Supernatural, maybe? I don't know. But I love it. All the people on Standing Goats Rescue, that is my brothers and sisters. And I absolutely am bonded to you guys. I love it. I wish it were possible. There were a way that I could come up and meet each and every one of y'all. I would absolutely love that. One day, when I'm going to eventually, I'll be getting a bigger bike, and I'm going to fix this one up for Kim. I'm not going to get a new one. There's no way I can spend that kind of money on on a motorcycle. But I need something bigger that I can haul my hunting gear on, and will be a little easier packing all my camera equipment. I cannot carry my tripod. I could if I really loaded down the back of the bike, but the more stuff I have packed on the rear end of the bike, the more the wind affects it when I'm driving. And I am an experienced rider, but it doesn't matter how much experience you got. Mother Nature is going to do what Mother Nature does, and that usually means overpowering humans in every sense of the way. But the bigger bikes have saddlebags on the back and a trunk, and I can put my tripod on the top of the trunk. There's a little rack, and I could strap it down. I could put the cameras in the saddlebag, and I could carry my snake boots with me when I'm going out to places like where we're going now. I mean, right now I'm wearing them, and that is very uncomfortable to try to drive a bike with snake boots on. They don't bend, but it's all good. We'll make it happen. But anyhow, I'm just flapping off at the gums. Sorry about that. Now, this area here, the trees are busted up from the hurricane. I'll wait till I pass the cars and I'll turn where you guys can see. Alright, most of the trees there just broke off stobs, and that's from Hurricane Michael. But I grew up as a teenager and in my 20s, and we hunted both sides of the road here. And it is really loaded with game. Down here, a little further, I'm on Highway 388, and that's where the Panama City airport is located. I think it's an international airport now. I don't know for certain. I don't fly. I love to fly, but just cannot do it financially, and I have nowhere I want to go. I'm with my family and our animals, and I'm happy. But anyhow, the airport, before they built it, it was a wooded area, and some friends of mine, they had that section leased out for hunting. And I don't remember if it was Rick or Dale, one of them. They both hunt out of tree stands, and they use a climber type of tree stand. That when you connect the seat portion to the tree, and then you connect the foot platform to the tree, you climb up into it, you lock your feet under straps or under the what's called stirrups on the foot platform, and you grab the seat platform with your hands and you lift it up just about chest high, and then you put all your weight on the seat platform, and you bend your knees and draw your legs up to you, and your feet are locked into the foot platform, and it pulls it up. And so you climb the tree like an inchworm, and as long as the tree's straight or fairly straight, and you don't have any stumps or limbs in your way, you could go up pretty doggone high. I've been as high as around 42 to 44 foot. I could have went higher, but that was pushing the limit. The safety harness that I have has a strap on it to where if I fall, I'll be dangling from the tree, and I pull a release on the shoulder part of it, and I can lower myself to the ground. But it only contains 33 feet in the back of the harness. So at 40 foot, when I lower myself, I'm still 7 foot above the ground. And it would be a pretty hard drop, and that's the reason I didn't get no higher than that 42 or 44 foot. But anyhow, I got off track. Rick or Dale, one of them was in a pine tree, and he said he was about 50 foot up the tree, and he seen what he thought was a bear that had come out of the swamp. There's swamps all over way back there, but this bear come out of the swamp, and it wasn't coming toward him directly. It was coming, it would have passed beside him. It was headed in his general direction, and he watched it, and I don't remember what he was hunting with that time, but he sat there in his tree stand staring at it, watching it, and he said it stood up and looked at him, and it yelled, took off running, and was gone. And this was back before I even knew what a Sasquatch was. This was back before I had my encounter that caused me to research them. And I asked him, I said, was it a bear? And he said, no. I said, what was it? Was it a man playing a prank on you? He said, it looked like a man covered in hair. He said, maybe a wild man, a woods man. He said, I don't know what it is, but he never used the term Bigfoot or anything of that sort. And it was Rick and Dale that were hunting out there that day. But both of them, the other one saw it, and it got pretty close to him before it stood up, looked at him, and yelled at him. But when it yelled, the other one heard it. And he said it was as loud as a rifle firing. This is Burnt Mill Creek, where I'm at now. And if you follow the water out, it'll eventually bring you out to the bay, West Bay, and St. Andrews Bay. But anyhow, I thought that was fascinating, and that had happened at the airport, but I'd forgotten about it until Chris and I were up here at the Lease last week and discussing the amount of wild pigs that are in this area. There's a very large amount of pigs out here. And that's when that memory came back to me. I wasn't hunting, or I was not hunting with Dale and Rick when that happened. We worked together, and after the weekend, when we all were back at work, we would talk about our hunting adventure that we had over the weekend, you know, what we harvested or what we seen. And that's when he come in talking about that, the wild man. But I forgot all about that. We haven't seen any sign of those creatures at the Lease, but we haven't walked much of the Lease yet either. All of that, they had a pretty good fire that burned all that down out there. You can see the scorch marks on the trees. Back here is where the airport is. You turn right here and it takes you to the Panama City airport. But to date, they have a lot of problems with wild pigs coming onto the runways. They had a hunt. It was a drawing type hunt. You put your name in a pot, and they would draw so many people out of the pot, and you would come out there at night and shoot the pigs off the runway. And they're still, to this day, they're having problems. This road that you guys see right there, they're making a road, and it crosses Crooked Creek, which is the east boundary of our hunting lease. And then it ties into Highway 79, which is also where this road ties in. And it's supposed to help relieve some of the traffic, the airport traffic. But as soon as they finish that road, we'll be able to get to the north part of the lease and check it out. Right now they won't. You can get all the way up to the point where they're working on that road, but they won't let you actually go down it to get to the lease, which is a bummer. And this is Crooked Creek. Where our lease starts is right there, and we got it all the way down to 79, Highway 79. I had a little piece of flat metal. I forgot to grab it to put under my kickstand. It is, the ground's really muddy. This is real swampy back here, but the little road up here where I pull up to the gate is soft. So I gotta find something to put under the kickstand once I get up here. I'm trying to find my road. Oh, there it is. I see it. Got somebody behind me. Sorry, buddy. There we go. We got two roads into it's a hunting lease, so we have other people that are in with us on it to help cover the cost. Oh, that was soft. And I can't park in that sand. It is really, really soft. Oh, there's a brick. That'll work. Well, let's see if I can turn this puppy around without embarrassing myself out here. Come on, motor scooter. Turn her off, and I'm gonna get backed up. I think, if I can. This little bike is really heavy. It's be a little pooter scooter, and that's an ant bed. I don't see no ants in it. There's a hump right there. I can't get past it. Oh, shoot. Well, okay, we'll do this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get the bike where I could park it. Hope it doesn't rain. Get back by the cable. Oh. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. All right. We are here. So stand by. I'm going to switch cameras. Alright guys, made it to the Lease. I'm going to go back here and just take a gander, see if anything's came in and found the coin. Hopefully no bears. There are a few of them in here. Sorry. Trying to lock the camera stick. I'm also going to check the fish guts, see if anything's touched them. I don't like checking in an area that has pigs when it's blowing like it is today, because you can't hear them if they're up coming up on you. You won't be able to hear them. There's a lot of water in there. See if I can extend this out a little bit and show you guys. I know you ain't gonna be able to see it. I can't zoom in. But right there, there's a little lump, and there's a snake coiled up on it. And I'm not sure what kind it is. He's dark brown. It's like a light brown underside. Might be a moccasin. Let's see if I can get him to move. No, he raised his head up. That's a pretty big snake. There, that's the first snake I've seen. Oh, that is a moccasin. Yeah, shoot. Sorry y'all can't see it. I got the GoPro. He's on the bank, coiled up. Doggone it. He's almost the color of one of them copperheads. His belly is. That's one snake. But you know there's a lot of them out here because of the swamp water. Well, if there's another one, maybe we'll see it. Oh, something just took off in there. I don't see what it is. Maybe a bullfrog. tits, whatever that is. I'm looking to find the spot where I dumped the fish heads at. Should be getting close to it. Just checking for snakes. That's the first one that we've seen. Chris found an alligator just back that way, about 400 yards, 500 yards from here. We walked up on it was one of these little ditches like this, but it was in the open. There was no growth around it, no trees or anything. He was laid up on the bank watching him. I went back in there with him. We found the footprints and the drag marks where the tip of his tail drags, leaves a line. I think I dumped them guts somewhere up in here. I think that was a frog. There's some snaky stuff there. Snaky. There's a big game trail right across the ditch right there. Yeah, right there. So nice to hear the birds singing. It really gets spooky when everything goes silent. It gets scary. Scary. I guess I dumped them. The fish guts down here. I thought it was closer toward the road. It's a good scary road to walk in the dark. Because how thick it is, you wouldn't be able to see if something snuck up on it. It's got clean water in it. There's probably a bushel of snakes in that mess. It's the one thing the wild pigs are good for. That's taking care of the snake population. They are very aggressive, especially towards moccasins and rattlesnakes. They eat them. Got my snake boots on, but I'm not gonna test them. I'm a scaredy cat. Oh, I think this is where I dumped the fish. Yeah, dumped them right down there. Something's messed with them. They were all right. There was no water that drug up on the bank. And there's a piece of backbone right there. A piece of the head. Something's been eating on them. That's a good thing. This is that trail that crosses through. I'll go down a little bit to show you. The trail goes in right here, and then it turns. It goes right back that direction. It's a heavy game trail. We haven't walked anything out yet. We will. We've been limiting what we do out here until our lease becomes active, which is June 1st. There's another trail out there. That's a heavy trail. You see it right here. And it crosses over right there. That's a really worn down trail too. Lots of wildlife right here. There's where it comes up. And there's our condominium. And bring Rosie out here and Kim and let them harvest some pigs. So we've got to get them under control. There's too many of them. That is so dense in here. Very, very creepy looking. There's an old path that goes under the trees right there. I don't know what the timber was. I don't know if they had a walkway across it. Once, after June 1st, Chris and I are going to go and check out a lot of these like this. You can see the framework where they had a dot going across. You can see the trail right there. It's kind of overgrown. The limbs are hanging down over it. But we're going to go back in there and see what that's all about. It opens up in there. You could be watched and never even know it. I'm gonna go up the steps here, see if I can see. Got a raccoon up here. That mess off the step. Ooh, that cracked. I don't like that. There's the trap right there. That's where we spread the corn out. That step right here, I don't like that one. Oh, it cracks. I step on it. Go. I'll step over it. top of the shooting house. I don't know if you'll be able to see. You may just see the reflection. We'll go inside of it and I'll show you. It's pretty high. Don't want to get too close to the edge. And there's that field. I know it looks really far, but there's a pole right there. That's that feeder. And that's about 60 yards. The very back edge, way back here, is about, let's say, 90 yards from me. This is the other feeder right here where I put the camera. And right below that whole clearing, that's where the pigs come through, really, really heavy. I've got to get this brush right here. We've got to trim this stuff down, open it up where we can see into that, because that is the area that we'll be taking our shots from. We'll be hunting muzzleloader and crossbow. And if the pig population is abundant, then we'll probably bring some rifles out here. I do have sporting rifles. They're not hunting rifles, but they can be used for hunting. Got a yellow fly down. Oh, get. And yellow flies will eat you up. Got one that keeps trying to bite me. Oh. Okay. I want to look and make sure there's no hornet bugs in here. Hornet bugs are not my friend. They'll get inside the hollow walls and the doors. Just being careful, peeking. I think that's a yellow fly that I've seen. Yeah, it's a yellow fly. I'm just checking everything out before I walk into it. Make sure there's nothing underneath. No hornets. Nope. Is it hard? It's carpeted. Wow. Guys, this is nice. Whoever built this done a really, really jam-up job. When you're sitting in here, this window here is broke, of course, but there's the little lock for it. It's catching right there. It's a little swollen, but you lift the window up, and it's got this little lock. You can lock it right there when you're hunting, and your window's out of the way. And from here, they got it set up for shooting out into that field. But if we lease that block right there, then I won't be allowed to shoot over there. And that's no big deal. No big deal at all. Well, I'm glad Chris is the president here. He follows his own rules. Chris doesn't break his rules, or whatever rules of whatever area he's hunting. That's a blessing. But these also open the same way. You see the little deadbolts right here? You unlock that. There's your eyelet right here. You swing this open, and it's got a hook right there. Oh, sorry, I thought I had it in screen. But it's got the little hook right there, and you hook it on your window. And you sit in a chair and you're looking out. When it's cold and raining, you're in here, it's dry, it's got a sealed roof on it. Set your little heater up, and it'd be a really, really nice little place to sit here and shoot. And you see the earplugs from the previous hunters. They would sit in here and hunt, and when game came into view, they put the earplugs in before they took a shot, which is smart. which is extremely smart. They've done a really good job on this shooting house, whoever built it. Done a really good job. Alright guys, we're gonna go down over here. I'm just gonna walk over and look and see if any of the corn has been touched. Oh, I don't like this handrail. This scares me. I mean, that's a fall, guys. Those are, especially if you're fat like me. Fat people don't fall gracefully. We kind of bounce and flop around. This is scary. We're gonna put a handrail on this. Probably going to put 2 handrails on it since Rosie's going to be coming up there too. Let's go take a peek. See if anything has been nibbling on the corn. If it has, we're going to check the memory card and the camera. The camera's right there on the tree in the pond. I'm going to walk past the camera. Hopefully, it's still on. You see all the corn. There's a lot of corn out here that I put up. It doesn't seem like they found the corn yet. Here. There's not much corn back over here, which that could be rodents, could be birds, but no pig tracks. I'm gonna go over and check the field where the feeder is. Hope that camera's still working. Let's check it. Yeah. Come on, camera. I'm trying to do this one-handed. I don't think the camera's working out. I'm gonna come back Sunday after church or Saturday and check it. Okay. Let's take a walk. Go down this way. I am armed. I'm always armed. You guys. I wish that we had a good signal here to do a live stream. I would love to do a live stream when we start hunting it. We're going to bring the bush hog through here and we're going to mow all of this because you can't see. If there's a pig or a bear there, you walk right up on him. That scares me. That's a big track right there. It's a big pig track. Very possible we may have had some. Yeah, there it is again. That's a really big pig. There's more tracks. See what's going on. Yeah, we got tracks on here. A lot of tracks of that. These are really big pig tracks. I have my pistol. Guys, I don't see any corn at all. Wow. Yeah, there's no corn. Look at all the pig tracks in here. Look at that. Wow, they have picked it clean. Golly, it's a big pig. Alright, I'm gonna check this camera. Yeah, big pig. Big pig. Let's see if we got him. Y'all stand by for a second. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put this down because I do have an uneasy feeling as like there's a pig near me. I've got that really uneasy feeling. Let me set this up. Maybe you guys will be able to see. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to get this to where you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. Just got hit with a raindrop. It's not supposed to rain today. It's starting to rain, guys. Shoot. Starting to rain. That is just great. There's a little bit of corn left. It is not much. There is corn left. Finally dries that out. See what we got in these pigs, in these pictures. Bear with me for a second. I gotta shorten up the camera pole. I'm gonna show you what we got on the camera from the phone. Oh, let's see. Okay, get the water off the phone. Oh, doggone it! Come on now. All right. Can you guys see that? Got a doe on camera. And she's eating up the food. You're not going to be able to see it on here, but that black, well, there's couple black patches in there. Those are pigs. And they came through at 2:30 this morning. 1, 2, 3. That is a big pig. Alright. Well, we got pigs on it. It's only been set out one night. Oh, what am I doing? Let's go check the other camera while we're back here. This is the one that's on the road. I hope it don't rain. It started sprinkling. I've got the GoPro, but I've got my media mod set up on it, and it is not waterproof when you have the media mod on it. You got one big doe, and it looks like 4 pigs that are over 130 pounds, 140 pounds. Let's go see what's going on with this next camera. 2:30 in the morning. That's your adult hogs are nocturnal. With them. That's just the first night. I just set that feed stuff up yesterday. It's only been out one night. We already got a small group of hogs on it. I'm gonna probably put a trap right there. I don't know what that is. It scared me. It sounded like an overgrown bullfrog. I gotta get better pictures of the pigs. I need to find out what type of pig is out here. If it's piney wood rooters, it's no big deal. They're mean, but the piney woods would rather go away from you than to be anywhere near you. They're very scared of man. The Russian boars, Russian hogs, that's a different story. Them guys are bad, bad news. Alright. Most of the corn here is gone too. Our camera is set up on this tree. Alright guys, let me set the camera down. Give me a little noisy here while I open up the tripod legs on it. Okay, hopefully, I think that'll, if I can keep it from collapsing on me. $108 pictures on this one. Alright guys, I did not look at the pictures. I've seen a couple of them, as I verified that they saved before I deleted them. Let me shorten this up. I'm going to put these pictures in the video when I go to upload this, but I just want to show you guys a small, just a small sample of what we got here. Okay, let's see. Most of these are nighttime. Let me slam my phone into the dirt a few times first. Makes it work better. Oh, doggone it. What did I do? Let me get back to the photos. Okay. Fix the camera. Oh, shoot. Did it again. Keep throwing my phone in the mud. I'm not sure I'm on the right one. Okay. Alright, here we go. Hopefully you guys can see. There's one. Got the big doe. Seen a pig. A doe's chowing down. Look at that. Oh, two does. A yearling and a mama. Good deal. Beautiful. You can see them? Okay, they took off. Oh, no wonder. Look at that bad boy. That's a boar. That's a big boar. There's a deer. Alright guys, I'm going to put the pictures in this video when I upload it. There's just too much glare. You guys aren't going to be able to see. Let me see what time that boar come through at 10:21 last night. Oh, he's a big one. Oop. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to... Oh yeah, he's got cutters, it looks like. The deer in there at midnight. Again. Got a lot of movement. The wind moving the bushes, which is causing the camera to get false positives. Ay, doggone it. Yellow fly got me again. Guys, you ought to see the yellow flies on the camera right now. Got 3 yellow flies on it. No idea why, but they're on it. Eat the camera, don't bite me. I'm not tasty. Okay, I don't see any daytime pictures yet. Alright, but we got them at night. 8 o'clock last night. We got that boar. Definitely a boar horn. Man, he's a big one. That pig is probably close to 250 pounds, if I were to guess. And that would be going on the shy side. Yeah, he is a big one. Wow. A pig like that would be hard to handle if we end up getting him in a trap. I'm hoping I got a good close picture of him. Well, 5:37 this morning. He spent the night out there eating. These some really nice pictures. Yeah, he's solid black. And he is looks like a cross. I believe he is a cross. See if you guys can see it without the reflection. That's a big pig. He spent the day just gobbling up the corn. It's just the one, just that one boar so far. Looking at it. See movement down there. I didn't, but it seems like it. I think it was. I guess we'll head back to the motor scooter, rolling down the road. Thank y'all for joining me and coming out here with me today. I know it's only digital, but I assure you, talking to a camera is far more, I don't know the word I'm looking for, calming than coming out here by yourself completely. The silence of being out here will absolutely run your brain into super fear level. Especially if you do hear something or you see something that just does all kind of weird stuff to your head. I'm looking for that snake again. He should have moved by now. I'll make sure he doesn't move to this side of the water. Did y'all hear that? Something hit the water. Could have been a bullfrog. As long as it's not a gator. At least not a big gator. I think that snake was somewhere in here. I believe. No, well, we already passed him. I think. Yeah, I think we did. Oh well. That'd be okie dokie. There's the highway right there. We're right up on it. We have so many game trails out here. No, wait, there's that point. There's where the snake was. Right there. Oh, he's gone. Yep, he was right over there. Just looking, he was a big one, he's pretty. I was hoping to find him. If he were on this side, I could put the camera up close to him and let you guys see what a Florida cottonmouth looks like. They are nasty, nasty critters. They stink. So normally you can smell them before you walk up on them. They have a musky smell. It almost smells like somebody has stinky feet. They don't wash their feet and they got an awful smell on their feet. That's sort of what it smells like. Very, very musky. As far as down here, he could eat if he goes to that other end. And wild hogs, they get down on their knees, their front end. They'll get all the way down on their knees and they'll tuck their front feet up under their chest, and they'll do like an army crawl, and they'll crawl up to the snake, and as the snake is striking him, he's hitting them shoulder plates, and that he can't hurt the pig at all. And if it's a big hog like the one we got on the game camera just now, the snake won't even be able to penetrate through the shoulder plate. The shoulder plate on them big hogs is really, really tough. It's very solid. And it's got a layer of very dense fat under the skin on the shoulder plate. The skin itself would be anywhere from an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch thick. And then they'll have about a 1/2 inch layer of this super hard fat. It's really, really hard. If you were to cut it out into a little square, a little block, and put it between your fingers, you couldn't smash it. It's hard like bone. And that's part of that shoulder plate. That's their protection. And boars, when they fight for dominance and for the women, they cut each other to bits, and that shoulder plate prevents them from being cut fatally. And if you shoot them, if you're hunting and you shoot him in that shoulder, if he's a mature boar hog and he's got that big shoulder plate on him, you're going to lose him. He's going to run off and you'll never find him. You can shoot him again next season, because it will not go through it. If he's just a standard group boar hog, then he won't have a very dense shoulder plate on him. That's usually on the dominant boars. They're the ones that stink. They smell like a pine tree, and they got just a really awful smell to them. Not as bad as the big guys stink, but they got a pretty nasty smell. It'll make you sick, but it's kind of sour. Looking, there's little trails all through here. That's from pigs there too. I'm just looking to see whether if they're crossing or if they're coming up to get water. I believe they're just coming here to get water. I don't see any path on the other side of the ditch. I'm right here by the highway. a little more comfortable, closer to the bike than I am further from it. Alright. Guess I'm gonna get suited up and loaded up, and I'm gonna head to the hacienda. So guys, I may go ahead and put the pictures from the game cam on now, or I may film the ride home and then put them on after that. If I put the whole ride on, it's going to be a really long video. But thank you all for thank you for watching, for being a part of our family here. We got a good thing going. Praise God. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? That is so pretty. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. God is so awesome. All His creation. Even the little ones right there are pretty. I love them. Love the flowers. You all have a wonderful afternoon. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Guys, remember always, no matter what you do, be safe.